So we are so glad that you guys have joined us once again and tuned into this new episode of Now Let's Get Chatty. Before we even get started, if you can do me a favor, scroll right on over to the right somewhere and click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know every single time we drop an amazing video. Oh my gosh, so many things going on. So many things going on. So many hot topics. For sure. I feel like one is what the world war or battle in Israel against the Palestinians, and then of course Candace Owens went viral with the things that she was talking about at the university. Jada Pickett is trending again, which I'm so over it, right?
And then Donald Trump.
Oh my! Joe Biden. Did y'all see Biden? Oh my! Yes. Did y'all see the video? Of him?
It's so much to talk about.
Did you see the video where the girl touched his hand and he like froze? No, it was somebody else. No, it was somebody. I think it was somebody else. They touched his hand. The person that was speaking just like completely froze, and it was weird, super weird.
They touched Joe Biden's hand while he was speaking, and he like froze.
You need to make sure you stand up.
Because you've been known to not get your facts right.
I don't know who it was. Anywho, but since y'all are into Jada, guess we'll talk about Jada, right?
Yeah. We had someone fact check that. Can you fact check that for us, assistant, please? Yeah.
Who is that? So what's going on with Jada? Because I've been seeing
what is going on with Jada?
So there's a whole lot of. First of all, Keefe got locked up. That's something else too. Keefe, the guy that they say actually killed Tupac.
Oh, okay. I saw that. Okay.
So I guess, oh my gosh, it's so. This has been a mystery for 20-something years as to who. Supposedly it's been a mystery, but I feel like everybody knew because all the people were there, so they really knew who killed them, but they weren't going to snitch on each other, right?
It was a drive-by shooting.
It's hood code.
No.
No, so Suge Knight was there.
But it was a drive-by shooting.
But
I'm sure he probably had a mask.
The people that was in the car there, the people that was in the other car, so there's people that know is what I'm saying. They're just not going to snitch on each other. But Keefe D was on...
Snitches get stitches. You know that. According to the world. So if you live by the world, you're going to get the repercussions of the world.
So Keefe D was on No Jumper. He was also on a couple different podcasts. He also wrote a book. About it. On top of, he also spoke with the police and stuff. So you know how they do their thing where they're like, if you talk about it this day, they have an agreement with them that if they confess this day on this or whatever, that they can't do nothing. So he did. He talked about it.
The guy that shot Tupac talked about it on the day that he's supposed to have supposedly some kind of immunity
or something.
Immunity, yeah.
Yeah. But he kept on talking about it.
Oh.
So because he kept on talking about it, and then it's also on social media, including he wrote a book, all this other stuff. I feel like the law felt like they had to lock him up.
Oh.
And he got locked up.
But supposedly, Diddy paid for the hit.
Is that what he said?
Diddy paid for the hit.
I can't believe nothing. You just
he confessed Diddy paid for the hit. He moved the money to the person, or he gave the money to the person that's supposed to give him the money, but the
this
guy,
is all hearsay.
The guy robbed him and didn't give him the money, and he was like, "Well, good thing he didn't give him the money, or Diddy would have been locked up for hired for murder."
Well, that's a whole heap of a mess.
I don't even want to go down that Tupac road.
You scared? So
I just don't. Like,
so now that everybody,
I wasn't there. I just don't. It's just like all allegedly. It's all, you know. I'm not about to scratch and dig.
Oh my gosh.
If he confessed and he kept talking about it, you know, then that
so because there's all this Tupac talk now, Jada is.
Oh my gosh.
Is also talking about how Tupac proposed to her when he was locked up.
God damn,
let him rest in peace. Everybody, no.
His music is keeping him alive.
Right.
Girl, it's over and done with.
That is so funny.
And I don't know, Will hasn't said anything yet, but I just wonder, I'm like, man, how does he feel? Or maybe they're not even together. I would be like, I'm not even giving my energy to that. Like, this is what she wants right now, right before her book comes out or whatever. This is the clout she wants.
It's just convenient.
Maybe she's just she's stirring up the dust to be like, hello, look at me. But at this point, it's like, girl, we want you to just sit down and shut your mouth for a moment.
It's mud. She's slanging mud. It ain't no dust.
Just
she's in the garden.
Go to a movie. That's what we know you to do. Do a movie. For a second and just
so bad.
But maybe she's past that, and I don't know, but it's kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of feel like she has gotten so much backlash from some of the things that have happened. It's like everything has not been revealed, and I think that's probably where this action is coming from. It's like, hey, I'm not the only one, the bad person in this situation. I'm not the only one that has done some stuff. So I've kind of been looking at some of the stuff that she's doing, and that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. And but I think she just needs to go take a seat.
Have several seats.
To tell us that y'all haven't been together for the last 7 years.
Like, what's the point?
It's irrelevant.
I mean,
and I actually feel like she's been on some kind of journey, and I think it didn't start with the Red Table Talk. I think she's on a journey, and the Red Table Talk was a part of that journey. That I feel like she's wanting to be seen as this all-wise, all-knowing solutionist kind of individual. So starting with the Red Table, she's giving us her wisdom. She's feeding us her ideology. She's feeding us what she thinks and what she's been through, how she's overcame. And then now in this book, she's giving us these tips. This is what they say the book is about. Giving us tips on how she's kind of overcome and come through some stuff. But then I think this is the journey she's on, because at some point when she's like maybe 78 or 80, she lives that long, she wants to probably be viewed as one of the wiser women in her community. So I think she's on a journey, and it starts somewhere, and I can respect that, but we're already living in a bunch of alternate reality.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Will Smith made a fool of himself once. I think by him just living life and not saying nothing. I think this is the best thing for him to do. Like, he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna live life. I'm just gonna, cause you never know what's going on behind closed doors. But he's just like, I'm just gonna live life. I'm just going to. I think I saw a clip of him skydiving or something, and it's just like, I'm just gonna live life. I'm going to keep moving. Yeah,
and if he feeds that, it just gets bigger and bigger, and it's more talk, it's more publicity. So I'm wondering if this is a maneuver for her to get a response from him to get more. And everybody's like, oh, I gotta read this book, and be like, New York's bestseller, best-selling author.
What if Cardi B said they do anything for clout? I think she's doing a lot of stuff just for clout purposes.
I just, I don't know if that's how it goes.
You know what that makes me also think of? Like, I think he did an interview or something, and I'm going to try to recall what I heard, but he did like an interview, and I think he was talking about when he first met Jada, and I think he was going through conflict or separation, or maybe he was still married.
Oh,
but he decided he wanted to be with Jada. Dude, this is what you want. This is the woman you wanted.
This is what you signed up for.
This is...
Bruh, she said she sold back in the day. People's like, he didn't sell. And then
then too, keep in mind, people evolve, right? We evolve as human beings. We change. Sometimes situations change us and they take a direction we may not want to go. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go down that direction and go down that path and stay down that path. But can you still love a person when they evolve into someone you don't like? That's something to think about, but yeah.
That's very interesting. What do y'all guys think about Jada and all of this stuff that's going on? Drop your opinions on everything for sure, and we will conversate back with you.
How you be married to a woman that keeps talking about another man? That's what I want to know.
That's the embarrassing part.
But this is the thing, though. He wanted her. He wanted her, and so I mean, hey.
Tupac, please come back.
It's so sad to see. It's so sad to see. Like
that's what. Remember, that's what
my daughter said. Willow.
So me and my mommy can be happy.
Oh my gosh,
that's sad.
That's the
really
ultimate
sad.
embarrassment.
And you know that came from nowhere
so
but her mama.
That
like,
so sad.
what the little girl know about it? But I think that's just their non-traditional relationship, how they include their children. I feel like in a lot of stuff. And I think about Willow's age. Willow's the same age as some young adults I know. I'm like, man, she's so far and mentally and emotionally advanced. Like she's just advanced. Like I think her and her brother kind of have the wisdom of someone in there, and much older individual. But with that being, what you're about to say something, I feel like, because I heard like a
No, I was gonna switch it to the war that's going on with Israel and Hamas. It's so crazy how we get to see an up close look at some of the destruction that's been happening and some of the devastation that's been brought into people's lives, and it's so sad to see this. The resolve, just praying for both parts, people that are losing family and all. You know, and we don't get to see a whole lot because it's over there. So we don't get to see a whole lot. What we see is what has been shown to us. But just keeping people in prayer, the ones that are losing loved ones, especially innocent lives that are being lost.
Yeah. It's just oh my gosh, it's just a lot happening, and we're coming up on a re-election. I feel like it's just so many things happening, and I was like about to spend my coins on something, and I said, you know what, let me start eliminating like unnecessary bills and just start saving my coins more, and just adjusting how I spend, and because you just don't know. And I don't know who it was. I think it was you, Dolores, that sent me like a link where Joe Biden was talking and said if the government shut down, the African Americans would suffer or something. I didn't fully listen to that, but and then I think it was you too who sent me another video. It was like Kamala Harris said about reducing the population, like to reduce emissions.
But with African Americans, we hold a small fraction of the population.
We do, but I feel like we spend the most money too.
And then we're 25%.
Well, they say the middle class is what holds the middle class. I'm pretty sure also people that don't have a lot of money below the middle class, people that live maybe in a poverty bracket of as far as economics or the economy, that we withhold the what am I trying to say? We're the ones that the middle class, the people lower class, we're the ones that uphold everything.
Right.
You know, we're the ones making the purchases. But
I think for Biden to say that, I think it was a target at us, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Because a lot of people target us to get our votes. When the truth of the fact is, it's not. I actually have the statistics on my phone.
And while you looking it up, the connection to that, you know what's going on is a lot of people have been talking about some of the stuff about immigrants basically living better than some of the Americans that are they're trying to struggle. And I think I saw someone upholding a sign that said it was an immigrant, if I'm not mistaken. We want better conditions, and some Americans was laughing at that. Yeah. You see our conditions, like you actually see some of the conditions that people are living in. Come on, let's talk about California a little bit. And you know, it's kind of bleeding into Texas. The homelessness.
Yeah.
Homelessness is getting crazy. I think it's gotten really bad in San Francisco.
In Chicago.
It's getting crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Slowly, things are slowly creeping up. Like if you go somewhere to buy some food, things are getting so expensive, and of course, they have to balance that out. The cost of living is getting so high. They got to balance it out with the wages because people are not able to sustain a certain job, and sustain a certain just living, basic living, housing themselves, water, food. You got to sustain that. You're raising up the wages just to sustain that.
That's true. And people, you're not getting you get $1 raise, you get a 50-cent raise. But my gas prices ain't going to. It's just and it's hard to find even a spending balance. I even think you just gotta adjust. And if you're not making, you almost gotta have a 6-figure household. If somebody's making 40 and somebody else is making 60, that combined income is what you need to survive. If you're making like 40 and some people making 20, and I don't even know how you're surviving. And then looking at a lot of things that are happening, like immigrants, and looking at how things are just flooding in and how they're receiving help, and then looking at homelessness and how it's happening more and more. I'm like, how do you get this under control? And I know they're doing their speeches and spills now for presidency, but I don't think I've heard anyone have some kind of mass solution for this. You got your own citizens who are living under bridges. Like, what is it going to look like? Do you want the U.S. to look like a desolate place where you have people just strung out all across the nation, and you robberies up, murders up because people trying to
looting has gone up.
Yeah,
it has gone up. There's so many chains of merchandisers who are closing their stores because it's been so just chaotic, looting, just unnecessary, just crazy, so much stealing going on. It's just gone beyond And then what's connected to that is people who have jobs.
Yeah.
Lose their jobs because of the ignorance of someone just taking something just because they feel they can.
It's a whole ecosystem that's been affected. You got the workers, not just those workers, but you got the people who probably lease that land. You got delivery truck drivers, people who sew like the clothes, or people who make those products that go in there. Like, it's a whole system that's being affected. Affected.
So it's actually, I found the statistics so now I can say that. It's actually non-Hispanic white people accounted for 44.6% of adult SNAP receivers.
For what? What now?
For
what?
SNAP. Remember Biden was saying if they stop the benefit, it's going to be the black people that are affected, but it's 44% people on it are white. But I think it was targeted to us because he knows we vote for people. Like, a lot of people use us. My auntie was talking to me the other day. She said, notice ads are catering to black people now. All of this stuff.
They are.
They're coming for our money, and we spend our money outside of our community, unfortunately.
You know what? The black almighty dollar is $1 billion, I'll say, industry, because to me the black dollar is an industry in itself because we spend it. It's coming from us. It's $1 billion industry, and if you can tap into the black dollar, you've got something. Because if you just think about just in your own personal life, your spending habits. What is it that you go and you grab? What is it that you shop for? What is it that gets your attention when you're scrolling? Is them ads? Sometimes I even question them ads. I'm like, why do I always see black people on my feed? Even with ads, I'm like, I don't want to see this. I randomly search other stuff to try to mix it up, but it's just come on, we want you. It's I can just see this monster, eat it. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, but it's so much going on, you guys. Join the conversation. And All right, get you out of here.
If you haven't gotten an opportunity to subscribe, this is a great place to subscribe right now. Join the conversation in the comments below. Let us know what you think about everything that's going on, from Jada Pickett Smith to immigration to the war in Israel, the battles in Israel, all this stuff that's happening. How do you chime in? Anybody have a good mass solution for all this that's happening? Let us know what you think.
What if someone says Trump said build a wall? No. I thought about that. I said Trump said build the wall and we don't want the wall. So that probably was a good idea.
We don't want the wall.
We don't want the wall. Remember when Trump was trying to build a wall? A lot of people didn't like it, and I wasn't for it either. But now I'm like, maybe we should have built the wall.
Well, they showed when they were building the wall that it wasn't really
doing anything. But
I seen a video. There was like a bunch of people on the border, thousands of people. They was rushing the border, like to where like the officers at the border, they couldn't do nothing. You just let them cross.
And then real bad. I wonder how
I was kind of listening to a conversation that this man was talking about. He was saying how sometimes I think he said Mexicans, and let me get that correct. Mexicans can be a bit racist towards Guatemalans. They was talking about because of certain features and stuff, and I was like, my goodness, like, so it's like they won't let them in for certain reasons, but yeah, so they're coming in because they feel like here it is a better life, and probably compared to certain conditions, it probably is a better life. But we have the same thing. You got homelessness, people without jobs, people living on the streets, people not being able to afford the American life. But speaking of that, there are some people that will see opportunity in everything. They'll come together, unify, and get something built out of what they're given or what they got.
Yeah. Folk without homes.
Because that's what America originally was all about. About coming over here and creating a life.
And the people that are coming in, they're the ones making companies.
And they run these companies up.
They're like, okay, Americans like to spend their money on this and this and that. Okay, let's capitalize over here and build us a business.
Capitalize. And in turn will be racist toward us. Just true.
It's true. It's true.
This was a good discussion.
All right, we gotta end it or we can't.
The rails.
All right, you guys. Like
for real, subscribe for real.
Bye.
Bye.